unstoppable.
I think Polaris should pick Drow, personally. I think it's really good this game.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Kites the bear really hard, super annoying to play, very good versus DP in lane.
I'm gonna kite the bear really hard anyway with this SD ult.
Just more. Just kite it more.
Hell yeah,
All the kite under the sun.
So you're a Sand King player here, like.
Yeah.
Do you like playing Sand King in the Pugna, or is that just annoying?
I like it.
I think it's really annoying, just because he always just drops the ward, right? So you just can't epi and blink.
I don't think anyone plays Sand King that way anymore anyway.
You
like
can.
sometimes yeah, but sometimes it's nice, but usually it's when you get the drop on them, like they don't have vision of you, but like I feel like a lot of Sand Kings
You need
nowadays
items
are
to do
just
that though,
doing,
right?
Like, yeah.
So- Okay, sorry, we're just gonna argue about
It's
this.
fine.
That's
I
fine.
don't mind arguing.
You say it like you've never argued before.
I just think we've seen Sand King as best. Like, let's just take Tino's gameplay, for example, from their last series on Execration. Like, his Sand King was just blinking, constantly,
Yeah.
like, stunning and setting up for his team and, like, killing like that. Just keep, like, chasing and chasing. And I feel like that's the best we've seen in Sand King. Also, wow, Fear, what a great dragon!
Oh
my god, yeah, he's so good at
Great
predicting!
prediction. Are you a pro player or something, man? You should be.
I'm actually washed up.
Pretty
I
good
don't
at
think
drafting,
that's
sir.
great. Yeah. Really good at drafting.
Oh
It's like
my
you just
gosh.
knew what the pro players were thinking. Insane. Actually insane.
Yeah.
But they normally just do something worse than what I'm thinking, so
You're like,
I'm
this
glad
is gonna be
they
the
listened.
best thing ever, and then they pick the worst version of it.
But yeah, no, I mean, I agree with the Sand King thing about you going in first for me on Sand King only really works if you're having a good game, because then you have that extra Yules or some tank ability item that allows you to not just die immediately after you get your one stun in.
True.
But if you are poor, you kind of like are reliant on getting, you know, the epi off. And also, you need a frontliner if you want to do the epi play. And this might just be a game where they might not have it on Polaris, and Sand King might just have to sacrifice himself, or just have a very good lane.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel like uncomfortable with the Sand King's game in general. Like you said, there's no frontliner, and also there's no heroes with mobility that like chase up on his blink stuns. So maybe they're gonna play it like differently, where they just do stuff like sieging with Drow and sit behind her with SD Sand King and just punish like any attempt to go on her, as opposed to trying to make the aggressive moves themselves.
This is where the void comes out again.
It could be, could be.
They do need some hero that can get on top of Drow. Monkey's honestly pretty good. And I say Drow is a good pick this game. It is, but it doesn't crush DP in lane. I could easily see them getting ran over in the lane. But I could also see the Drow Treant lane, if they choose to do that lane setup, do very well as well. I think that's like a 50-50 lane. So we'll see how the Drow does. My biggest fear for Drow is always her like having a bad laning stage, because she's not very good at clicking neutrals, especially before 6.
What do you think Fnatic is missing and needs to pick up here?
Like some catch, like proper catch. They have the monkey stun, but it's barely control, right? As opposed to Polaris, not only do they have the borrow strike for their fights, but they have BKB piercing control in the form of SD ult, Treant ult.
I'm gonna ban Ember for sure, right? Yeah, Ember, Void Spirit sound good. They're both heroes that can get on the back line. Sure, you can purge the shield from like the Ember Spirit, but
On Ember, look at that DK
yeah,
ban, baby.
I've played a lot of like Shadow Demon versus like in North America versus Quinn. He'll just pick Ember into me, and he'll just keep slide spamming me, and like it's just like you feel like you're countering him, but you're really not. You're just really squishy. So even if you get the purge off, you can die. So that purge is kind of a meme on heroes like that.
If you read that they probably want Ember on Polaris, couldn't you just put the DP
Oh,
mid?
Tusk mid. Oh yeah, we saw
No,
that.
that's probably offlane jabs Tusk, no?
No. Can we put that mid? I want it mid personally, but it's fine as long as it's core, because like we saw it in the other series. Who was it? Was it
Carl
Carl?
plays
Yeah,
mid Tusk,
he
Jabs
was-
plays offlane Tusk. That's the Tusk cores.
yeah, but we saw Carl play it versus mid one,
Yeah.
and he just kept kicking mid one into the middle of the team. Like it seemed really
But
annoying
that
for the
game
Drow.
looked really bad because Tusk can't farm, so he was just really low on net worth all game. He
Yeah, I
only
mean,
popped off when he got eggs.
Yeah, he was pretty much a non-factor until he got Ags, and then he won the game. So that's all you need to do.
Alrighty, well the lineups, the drafts are finished, so I want to bring in Lyrical and GoDz to see how they feel about this one. Lyrical, I'm going to ask you for a little bit more than just some generic comments about this draft now, right? Just a little bit more.
Oh, you're okay.
Joe, that was the question. That was the question. Yeah. Sorry.
Break it down, Lyrical. Break it down.
It is Armel Tusk, which I'm pretty stoked about. We were talking about like, are they going to try and flex it and do something else? But no, it's just going to be him. So kicking Natsumi just like either away or into the middle of the team sounds mega hype. So I'm down for that. I think this Fnatic draft is awesome.
And yourself, GoDz?
I'm hyped for mid Tusk. I think he's going to have a rough time, but if he gets that Ags that comes online, it's sick. I'm more looking at Raven's Lone Druid. He's very good on this hero, and it's something I just don't feel like Polaris have an answer for in their draft.
I feel like everyone's just hyping up Fnatic here, but Shoot, do you have anything to say about the mid Tusk there?
Oh, I mean, Fear's better than me. I just like to play the foil because who else is going to do it? You know, I'm willing to take the L.
So true, so true. She does it for the people.
For the people, for the fans.
For the people. Prediction for this one in terms of where you think the game's going to go? And how many times do you think the Tusk is going to die?
It's a Tusk.
Tusk is going to die 3 times.
Yep.
But Polaris is going to win. Yes.
Okay.
I think Fnatic will win because they're better, but I do
Probably.
like Polaris' draft a little bit more than last game, so expecting a closer game.
And Tusk death? Tusk death.
2 because it's going to be like 12-2 probably or something.
Wow, he's even predicting how many kills. But GoDz and Lyrical, same question for you guys as you take into game number 2.
0 deaths. That's what I'm anticipating. Actually, probably not. I mean, he's going against a Quap. That might be a little bit rough. How do you feel about that matchup? I guess also the Tusk death.
Yeah, I think he's in for a rough time for the lane. Lelouch is no slouch, even though the word slouch is basically in his name. It's look, I read Lelouch and I said slouch. I'm like, hey, the 2 words look alike. My brain's making weird connections. I
like it.
He's no slouch. Yeah, I think Quap should have a great game. If anything, I think like Fear said, that Polaris' draft looks pretty solid this game. I think the question for me is how will they address the Lone Druid, but I think Tusk is one of these heroes that often goes in and is like he's their frontliner. Like their other cores are like these sit back heroes. So I think he's going to die quite a bit. I think this game should hopefully be closer than the last. I'd slightly lean Fnatic as well, based on them being the better team. But I don't think Armel's going to necessarily have the greatest game until later on when he gets his items up.
Yeah, that's going to be the big moment when they look for everything to really come together. When you get all those big items online, the Blink, the Ags, all that other good stuff. But I kind of am with you as well. Like when we saw the game, I think it was Carl that was playing it. Sheep was talking about it. It at moments looked amazing, and part of the reason was because it was against these heroes that want to sit in the back lines, like Polaris had with the Drow. But maybe he's going to go for like that double bracer build again. He actually already has a bottle queued up, so probably not. But yeah, this will be an interesting one to watch. I guess you kind of need to make sure you have like a decent time against the Quap and have a ton of regen, because Lelouch is probably just going to be spamming out those Shadow Strikes constantly.
Yeah. This is not like game 1 Kunkka versus Void Spirit where he ignores bottle and goes double bracer. He's going to need all the regen, the raindrops and everything too later on. So we'll see how he does. I think there is a lot of pressure on Lelouch to make some stuff happen this game. There's a lot more actual killable heroes. I think the Quap pick into Death Prophet's nice because, you know, you need to burst down this Death Prophet, not let her get off these Spirit Siphons and just destroy you with Exorcism.
Whoa. Look at the Monkey King. What the hell?
For a second, I was like, my brain didn't click at first. I was like, why is who aggroed Roche? Why is Roche not moving?
Rawr, we're coming for you. Get away. That's awesome. Dude, I hope he stays like that forever. That would be so good. Oh, well, rip. DJ not able to do it. Bounty Rune's going to be the trade-off there. Already also getting an Observer Ward takeaway. Nicely done for Natsumi. And that will shut down some of that vision. But yeah, things to watch for in this game. Besides that mid matchup, I guess, can Polaris get out of the laning stages kind of okay? That's the big thing I'm watching for. Like, DP can be really difficult to deal with in the lane. They've also got this Monkey King up here. We'll see how they do.
Yeah. I think we've seen this Death Prophet Monkey lane, particularly from Fnatic. It's just a great opener because Monkey 4 generally wants to play with these range 3 position heroes, and Death Prophet's just the best range 3 position hero in Dota. It's also just one of the best heroes in Dota right now, so this is a scary lane, but I think Death Prophet is, Drow is more equipped than a lot of carries to deal with this kind of a lane just because of that range factor, so, you know, if she can avoid getting jumped on, this Drow pick can start to look really good.
Absolutely. Well, and we'll see if they can keep him off. And obviously, having a tree in your back pocket as well is going to be a nice little addition to help you, whether it be securing those range creeps, although Mavis does just miss one right there, or just keep him alive. There's a lot of damage down bottom there.
Yeah.
Januel has to back out. Another hero that's looked super strong recently is this Pugna.
Yeah, nice play from Polaris. They held their skill points, and Sand King went level 1 Pyro Strike because Pugna was kind of out of position. But ultimately, not quite enough damage to get any kind of a kill here, and it's Pugna's job to, you know, soak up those spells and damage and let Raven free farm, which is exactly what we're seeing so far. I don't see his farm on Lone Druid being contested until maybe those co-op rotations start coming into play. At that point, maybe he has to leave the lane, go hit up the jungle.
Right. Yeah, and those can be definitely deadly. And if she gets off to that hot start like we're anticipating, it could work out pretty well. And already Armel taking a lot of harassment in that mid. But you can see that another creep wave coming into the Sand King. Up top, a good amount of pressure there. Trying to chase down Natsumi. Do they have enough? They will. Jabs finding first blood. He has had a fantastic series so far.
This is just such a comfort zone for Fnatic. Like, these DJ played so much Monkey recently. Jabs has played so much Death Problem. Like, these two players, and they're laning. Like, you know, the ongoing joke and story with Fnatic has just been DJ and Jabs have been playing together for so long, just unable to maybe make it work when they were the you know, both 4 position players, and one of them had to play 5. Now that they're playing 3 and 4 together, it just feels like they're like the perfect teammates for each other.
If you play together that long, you know the styles. Lelouch forced to get the jump away from those shards placement as Armel a level behind, but yeah, still no problem.
Yeah, Armel's mostly holding his own here. At least looking at CS, it, you know, looks just fine. Obviously, Tusk kind of having to chew through a bit more regen, but both players going for that bottle, so really it's basically even. So a bit surprised to see this matchup not go pops away.
Up top, Natsumi slowed down, punched, has the tree armor, and again finds the kill. And Mavis also taking some more damage there. So a lot of early pressure here, and they're gonna have to get a quick pause in as well.
Yeah, I haven't been watching
this.
this.
Is a tough one.
Yeah, this is one of those lanes where like I have to like rewatch and really closely to understand exactly how Fnatic played it. But the key thing here is the lane is pushed out. Like Polaris, how this lane needs to go for them is it needs to be Drow farming near the tower. Whenever the wave pushes out, that's where Death Prophet and Monkey King shine. They're not okay. They seem to be done. They're considering going on him. He chops the tree though.
Oh,
he was
really
going
close.
He had the primal spring. He was going to jump under the tower to go for that kill.
And we'll be able to get out of that one. Mavis stays alive, salves up afterwards, feeling good.
Yeah.
And you can see now as well, Januel coming on in to come and contest these stacks in the triangle, or I guess make them himself. Okay, maybe they're gonna come and try and steal them away. That's interesting. He stacked their hard camp.
Yeah, that's usually something you don't do, but what if
It's
they
a threat?
Yeah, I was like, Tusk doesn't take him, Lone Druid doesn't take him. Not sure their heroes take stacks, but this
I'll
is
be back for these.
This is like your typical Polaris, what we saw early on in the season when they were doing well. Is just 4 positions, stack a bunch of camps, hard carry, farming them all up. This time it's a Drow. It's not the best stack farming hero. But, you know, potentially Quap can also farm that hard camp with Scream slowly over time. So they're just a team that, at least when they were doing well, was just prioritizing this farming efficiency.
And obviously it's a thing that we saw them tend to give like that hard camp to Lelouch, and you know, giving that Quap a nice little boost of extra gold could really sort of snowball her game in the direction that they want to go, since it feels like it kind of does revolve a lot around like that Sand King Blink Dagger timing, and you can see he's going for the Vanguard early, and then of course afterwards like those big ultis coming out from Quap.
Yep.
Particularly since Natsumi's been struggling a lot up top, 15-3 right now compared to the DP. He's got 12 denies.
And the deaths, having to TP back to lane, it just feels like there's no iron progression. Going for the fast boots as he's needed. Again, and this wave is just pushed out. It's so much closer to Fnatic's tower than it really wants to be for Polaris. So it gets a bit closer, but the nature of Monkey and Death Prob, these heroes love to chase. We're going to see it here. They just go in Mavis. Should be an easy kill. There is a TP rotation, but it's too late.
Yeah, and the only thing is maybe Zavis can stop them from going for another kill on a Natsumi. They do go for the banish, and now a good rotation coming in from the Quap. Oh, but the immediate TP out, and then they cancel the TP. Jabs, he just went back to the tower, too. Dude, they're so good.
So smart. Yep. You just can't run from Monkey Death Prophet if the lanes, if you're not next to your tower, and they instantly go on the Drow top. She's getting jumped.
No, Natsumi. Oh, my God.
The urn ticking. It's going to be
Is it going to be enough? No stick charges, and she does eventually die. Oh, man. All right, Fnatic are just on one.
Yep.
They are absolutely looking super clean.
Look, good news for Polaris. Jabs didn't refill his urn, so he's got 0 charges.
Okay.
There's a silver lining here. But yeah, this Drow's game, I think if you're kind of highlight, like, she can't get run over in the lanes, and then the pick can start to look good, and the draft maybe looks a bit more even. But unfortunately, the one thing Drow couldn't afford to have happen is happening right now. She's just getting punished.
The one thing that really sticks out too is like this ticking time bomb of Raven playing on the Lone Druid, currently highest net worth in the game, and is dropping the Sentry Ward to just punch Force. I mean, Bear's gonna eventually have to back out of there, or he gets a root. There's no more rotations, but still, you can see that like he's not afraid of anything right now. Back towards mid, Zavis taking a lot of damage. Lelouch gonna have to take down that ward afterwards.
I'm surprised. Tusk is winning mid slightly. Like, CS-wise, it's even, but like when I switch over to net worth, Tusk is 100 net worth ahead. It's basically even. Let's call it that. But to me, a Tusk going even against Quap, you're winning. You're lane at that point. Quap is meant to be this lane dominator, particularly against these melee mids.
Right. Well, one thing that we did see early was Lelouch opted to level the Scream as well.
Nice
they
tree
actually
cut.
get a tree cut now. DJ taking some punches, TP away, but they have the banish, and then we'll be able to beat him down. So they come on in for a couple more punches. Kill gets traded by the tower, but still a big pick off. But what I was going to say is that she ended up going on Lelouch for 3 points in Dagger, and there was a couple of like snowball dodges that were coming from Armel with it. Maybe that again is how they've been able to keep this even, and in some cases, like you said, win it a little bit.
Oh, is this a thing? Sanking farming ancients? It appears to be a thing. Get them neutral items.
Of course.
Yeah, okay. Sanking is an ancient farmer. That answered my question. I was wondering who farms this. He's got all 4 neutral items. That's always one of the kind of untalked about things of why stacking also became good, is neutral items being added. It's such an efficient way to quickly find all your neutral items at like the 7 to 8 minute mark when you have those stacks to fall back to. And apparently Sanking just owns ancients.
The caustic is really cool for it, I think. It like adds just another like 170 damage or whatever from all those ancients popping the max health as damage thing. Super value. But yeah, a nice little pickup for him, and like we talked about, this game, it's gonna ride off the back of it, feels like. Lelouch and Force trying to make whatever happen possible for them, and he is getting closer and closer to that Blink Dagger. Is in the jungle. Gonna find Xavius, and a quick and easy gobble up for Raven.
There was a double bounty rune there. Oh, he denies one. But they're fishing top, looking for this train who's just trying to defend the tower here. Jabs holding on to Exorcism for now. Perhaps wary of using it, knowing that, you don't want to use it and then everyone TPs and you have to back off with it going on cooldown. You really want to make sure you get this tower. So I think he's waiting to figure out, perhaps has seen Queen of Pain top. So with Queen of Pain top, Jabs does not want to commit ultimate for now.
Banish. Force here. Goes for the Burrow Strike afterwards. No points in Epicenter yet, and Armel looks to be escaping. So we'll manage to get out of there before too much trouble comes his way. And Lelouch is hanging out near the top lane in case things get a little bit dicey, but now heads on back over towards mid. So a little bit of a reprieve from the action.
I think Lelouch was really expecting an Exorcism to come out. And that's why it was kind of his job to help defend that top tower, but with the vision and his rotation being scouted, it just meant that Jabs was patient and held on to it. Bottom lane now with Amaska, Madness, Lone Druid. The annoying thing is here, they push both lanes so well. Like Lone Druid alone can solo push, Death Prophet, same thing. So they don't need to, if anything, you don't want to have these 2 heroes in the same lane because it allows you to push multiple lanes at once. One of the lanes will get defended. I don't think Polaris have the tools to defend 2 lanes at once.
It's really tough to see that actually happening. You're seeing they're putting in a ton of pressure onto this one. There's 3 points in tree armor, so they've invested into trying to keep these alive. And I mean, with the way it's going, I don't even know if they're going to be able to find this one. Raven continues to punch away. They got the snowball, the big jump, but Force living through it. Has the burrow strike away if they need it underneath the nether ward. So it's going to be some extra damage. They got to take that out first, but they keep the tower alive.
Yep. And I don't think Raven wants to commit his bear anymore. He had to resummon it just to heal it, so it's got a 100-second cooldown now, and he will TP top. So I think noticing Polaris committing all those resources bottom, he's like, okay, we can't get bottom, but we sure as hell can get top. So they do join up their Lone Druid and Death Prophet now, just because bottom lane has kind of become this unplayable lane. Lone Druid not like that big ancient farmer necessarily, so they just want to make sure they get a tower and start opening up the map.
Yeah, that part is nice at least for Fnatic, definitely. You know, as much as we've been talking up Fnatic and how strong things have been looking, it is still only a, 1k gold lead, and now they're able to find the Monkey King up in the trees. So making some things happen. Again, this pressure with the DP and the Pugna and the Lone Druid Bear, it's all really tough, but they're at least keeping it close on Polaris.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing, we're talking about all the nice moves Fnatic are doing, but Polaris with a Blink Vanguard on Sand King, they can make plays now. Sand King initiation with a Queen of Pain, they can blow up almost any hero in this game. Maybe not Lone Druid if he's in his true form, but and I think Fnatic are gonna have to really respect the tower defense of Polaris with this Blink initiation. That's why they TP'd everyone top when Polaris defended bottom, because they don't want a teamfight. Polaris is stronger than a teamfight right now.
Oh, the overgrowth dodge with the snowball, nicely played by Armel and Mavis. Ooh, disruption. Okay. Now the ulti onto the bear. Lelouch shows up. True form out. Is it going to be enough to keep him alive? They now try and turn kill off Januel. Do they have enough damage? They don't quite. Lelouch, he has another blink in a couple seconds, but it's pretty deadly jumping into him. But no, they're just going to go find the kill.
Armel's going to re-engage, though. Lelouch, no blink for 5. He just dies before he even gets a chance to. Man, 4-4-0 build. No points in tag team. He gets one now at level 10, but that burst damage from the magic combo, usually not what you think of with Tusk, but he highlights it there.
560 magical damage, and he had the punch afterwards too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of rough for the Quap, not gonna lie. And I mean, that's the thing, right? We talked about like the danger of trying to go in for that like final kill, feeling a little bit safer, but not recognizing how quickly things could turn around. And well, Fnatic, they find a tower, they get a good kill, and now Monkey King trying to come on in and mess around with this tree a little bit more as well, and just keep his eyes on it. Able to jump out of there afterwards.
Yeah, it's trying to do monkey things, get that vision. Didn't end up hitting the Boundless Strike. Not that I don't think they get the kill anyways, but Fnatic happy to back off a little for now. They're getting closer and closer to this Desolator on the Lone Druid's Bear. He's also got that Ag Shard you talked about being so good this game against the Treant. Like, having this instant dispel against Overgrowth is going to be amazing in team fights.
Yeah.
To center, Force.
Wait a minute, Force trying to go for one. Is this going to be enough though? They don't have Sonic Wave. Armel, he's still got the snowball in a second and gets away. Save as he gets brought down. Armel might even get denied if they're not careful, but no, they can't quite keep him alive and manage to find the kill. Force eventually kills himself to the Nether Ward. And so a 2-for-1 trade in the end with Jabs popping Exo and walking to run mid.
Yeah, that's really good for Fnatic because they're in the position to follow up the fight with this tier 1 tower. Exorcism plus Lone Druid, this tower's going to melt. Like, the Tusk, even though he's the mid laner, like he's at this point, the Death Prophet is going to be the hero that scales better than the Tusk. Like, the Tusk definitely wants to get this BKB, Blink, Ags type items, but the Death Prophet's the hero that's going to be carrying these team fights with her Exorcism damage, so not an issue for Fnatic that Tusk goes down in that trade. The Sand King, he's the big playmaker. Anytime he's dead, Fnatic have so much space on the map to do whatever they want because they're just not afraid of being initiated on.
Well, and it's such a scary couple of minutes coming up here too, because you've got those BKBs coming online for both the Death Prophet and the Tusk, and then obviously some more forms of survivability and damage from Raven going into the Deso first, and then as you mentioned, the Shard. But I mean, Polaris, they got to get something done here. They've got another Sonic Wave. Not quite level 2 yet, actually, at 12. He needs to get one more level up there, but they're going to get at least their first tier 1 tower after losing mid. And we'll have to see where they decide to go afterwards. They like try and make a smoke play or something. Not sure. Feels like something needs to happen before BKBs though.
Ooh,
They
DJ.
can't quite catch DJ. Oh, he gets away.
And watching Monkey, I was just like, how does this hero get away with this? Such a cool hero concept. I love that this hero is in Dota. Like, there's been some really fun heroes added over the last 2 to 3 years.
You know what reminds me of? It's like, I love that it's here, but I hate that I have to play against it.
But you watch like what DJ. It's one of those things where it's like he's just using the hero's spells, but it feels like there are some Monkey players who just you can tell they played hundreds of games because you think like I'm watching him like they caught it. Like what's he doing? He's gonna get caught. No, he knows he's fine.
Right, and like making use of mischief, which is still in the game for some reason, but it's wild.
Yep.
Look at this. Back towards the pit they go. DD on the bear. They got the Deso. They've got tag team. Actually, not opting to go for it. I think that they had an idea that Polaris was coming over, so they're gonna play it a little bit safe and go for a smoke first.
These wards they've got up just give them so much info. They may have smoked under this Dire ward though. I'm not sure exactly where that smoke happened, but Dire ward by the Roshan pit, and Polaris may be ready for this fight.
Another big item just picked up. Force, he has the Spirit Vessel, although BKB DP just finished.
Okay.
Oh, that one hurts. Tusk, he also has the BKB. This is the timing they want. Pop it now, jump right in, trying to blow him up, but the true form gets off. Raven getting healed up afterwards. The fear, the stun onto 2, and then the snowball afterwards. Didn't stand a chance. 4 dead. Oh my god.
Yeah. There's just so much survivability. Even with the Spirit Vessel, like Raven just has so much base health. Like it does negate some of the life drain healing, but yeah, they give Raven the tips that he survived the initial onslaught, and then Death Prophet just walks in, I mean, she has BKB, she has to be ignored, and just eats everyone alive with that exorcism too. So just very well executed, played team fight. Pugna ward also. Pugna did the most damage on Fnatic in that fight.
That's crazy.
Look
at that also. Like the other thing here, look at the Quap's damage. Sonic Wave, Scream of Pain, and it still only did 400 damage. This Pugna ward maxed out, reducing everything by 25%. It's so insane.
Nope.
Jeez.
Oh. Pugna, definitely the hero. It's one of those things like it reminds me of like some of the like just auras in general. Like sometimes you just don't notice their impact on a fight. Like ET aura, like you read it and you're like, wow, this sounds insane. And I think Pugna ward's kind of the same. Like just does stuff in a fight without you quite realizing it until you see the actual numbers and the breakdown. You're like, oh, Pugna did the most damage. He also negated a bunch of damage.
Yeah.
All with one spell.
Gonna get brought down there. Well, and that's the thing, right? It feels like you have to find this hero at the start of the fight because the ward will make all the difference in the world. And now forced to blink away. DJ still sort of hunting him a little bit. Doesn't have Boundless Strike back off cooldown, but it was feeling close, but you had this sense that things were starting to come into action, and Fnatic now firmly in the lead and in control of this game with an Aegis on Lone Druid.
What's DJ up to? Oh, we're doing some warding, it looks like. DJ is in the enemy fountain.
He wanted to buy his defusal, right?
He already had it, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure he had it when he was jumping in there. But yeah, he gets a ward down.
Oh,
they find it.
He
Okay.
knows.
They see what's going on here.
Oh, they found Armel. Has a snowball still. They just, oh my god, is he gonna die? Armel
BKB,
pops
you
3
bet.
TP and just kills him and walks away. Oh, that feels bad. Oh man.
And to the high ground we go. Not the easiest high ground. This bear is going to melt with Master of Madness on and a Drow hitting. Yeah, Raven just loses his bear, but they may punish Natsumi for it.
Yeah, getting a little bit of retribution there. Good force staff, keeping him away. Needs a gust afterwards, but it's on cooldown.
Armel's in
Natsumi
deep.
turns, trying to keep him alive, and yeah, Armel also down. All right, Sonic Wave, big couple of whiffs, and they get the bear and a kill.
Yeah. Perhaps a little bit of overkill there from Lelouch, but maybe just letting out some of that frustration with how this game has gone. You have Monkey King in your fountain. You have a Tusk snowballing into tier 4s. Fnatic getting a bit further along than they perhaps should be at this point, even with an Aegis in hand. But like you say, it was a good force staff. Obviously, he wasn't intentionally going into those tier 4s. It was the force staff, the Hurricane Pike that made it happen. But bit of a wake-up call for Fnatic. similar to last game, you've got to go through the motions when you're ahead. And it's only a 4K lead. Polaris still have a lot of plays they can make. Their draft, I think, is just going to match up a lot better this game. They can actually kill people when they initiate with this blink stun. Ideally, they want to, blow some heroes up before they get BKB off.
You know what else they've got actually coming out here too that'll be interesting? The Xavius is right now he's going for the Force Staff, but he does also have a point booster completed. So if they win a big fight, he could just like buy out an axe.
Yeah.
But Force is obviously so valuable against these heroes on the side of Fnatic. When you're playing with the Drow, you need somebody to keep alive. But back towards mid they'll go. Find another quick pick off there. Xavius going down, and Fnatic maybe eyeing up either the Ancients or just another tower. Yeah. So where they decide to go.
Yeah, imagine he's probably regretting buying that point booster now when he realizes how important Force Staff is. Just amazing this game. I mean, the Drow showed it. Like that's a carry hero using a Force Staff to win a fight in the top lane defending high ground. So Force Staff is definitely the name of the game. I'm glad Shadow Demon stopped going for the Ags and just said, I made a mistake, got to go this Force. Obviously, dream case scenario, he gets both eventually, but Polaris have got to get there first.
Okay. Bottom, Lelouch still playing with this Orchid. Haven't really been able to see him make use of it yet for kills. And, at this point, it feels like you're just going to have to be picking off supports most likely. But if they can maybe get eyes on Januel, obviously such an important hero in this one for them to find.
Yeah, jumping these backline heroes always. I mean, this Pugna specifically, who's just going to be hiding in some fog, some trees, putting the ward down, life draining the bear or something, like just making life hard.
And DJ, they spot him. Looking for the jump right away, and
he's going in.
He's in trouble, and he's
alone.
dead.
Yeah, they're letting him pull.
Round 2, Burrow Strike comes out, Spirit Vessel afterwards.
Expiring in 5.
Though. Okay, big opportunity, but Force is already dead, and he doesn't have buyback. He brought out for his shard.
Without him, I don't know how easy they take this fight. Exorcism's already up, so Fnatic may just try and force this tower, then back off. But the issue is they've lost their key initiation.
Jump forward, big punch. Xavius taking a ton of damage. Has to imprison himself now. Rooted for the moment. The overgrowth, but the snowball afterwards. It wore off right at the last second. Lelouch gets one kill, but can they take down Jabs? Mavis almost going down, but he's able to walk away south, keeping him alive. In the meantime, though, the tower has eventually fallen. Raven losing his bear. Will he be able to get it out of there? Oh my god, he TPs it back home.
Nice.
Oh, that was well done.
Okay-ish fight for Polaris, I guess. Not obviously ideal, but they kill the Tusk again. They lose their tower, but I think given that the Sand King was already down, I think they make the best of that.
Yeah, definitely. It doesn't feel as hopeless as it did last game at all. Like, you can see the path that they want to go for victory here. And, they've got, this Veil on Treant now. The Overgrowth, despite the, Dispel from Savage Orb being there afterwards. If it's on cooldown, you've got, Orchid follow-up. So there's some cool things you can do with Polaris. But can they pull it all together? And, can they kind of regain a little bit of map control for themselves? It's been pretty boxed in for a while.
I think the Drow does reach a point where she becomes really effective this game. The Force Staff is going to give her a lot of survivability. She's just always sitting back. Death Prophet doesn't like playing against Drow. At some point, maybe Jabs is going to have to consider a Blink Dagger just to be able to blink in and try to get on top. Armel has one. This Axe is going to probably be the big game changer for Fnatic's just draft in their team fight. But that's going to be some ways away. I think the thing that players have done really well is just punishing the Tusk and Monkey King, their over-aggression, the snowball in, the tree dance. They've done a really good job just scouting out and hunting this Monkey King in the trees, as we saw bottom. And that's been kind of key for them, not just, they're only down 4K gold. This game is still very playable.
Ops ulti right away. Fear after the Burrow Strike. What a timing on that one. But Raven, he's going to lose his bear. Has the resummon now. And they go for round 2. Chasing DJ, has vision. Okay.
Go back to safety, though. Nice from Armel. But now he's in trouble. He's got BKB, but he doesn't want to just pop it here. Looks like Fnatic can
can't afford to
disengage.
go.
Yeah. I quite like the way they just pop a Demonic Purge on that Spirit Bear. It's kind of like a Wraith King ultimate where if the resummon isn't there, you can't just send your bear into push, because if they kill that bear, that's your entire net worth. You're no longer a hero without your Spirit Bear. So, taking away that first life of the Spirit Bear essentially defends your tower. because Fnatic don't want to use that Spirit Bear in a fight when you've only got one. It means it's worth dropping like an Epicenter plus Sonic Wave to kill a Spirit Bear. Suddenly becomes viable if he can't resummon.
Yeah, and you know, that is definitely going to be a weakness that they'll have for a while now, going into the AC next for Lone Druid. DJ and Armel, they're hunting though. Oh, they find him, Natsumi, but he has friends nearby. Lelouch jumps immediately. The silence onto both of them has BKB on Armel. Wanted to come in for the save, but not able to get there in time. Now, Jabs moves on in. Another 4-step trying to keep Natsumi alive. The TP that's too long. They weren't able to get him out in time, and so they do eventually kill off that Drow.
Ooh, that was it was like 0.1 seconds on that TP and he would have been okay. I like the attempt, the force stopping the TP away. Mid lane.
This might need to be the first
fear?
BKB. Oh, the fear! It came out in time. Lelouch gets the BKB, but the turnaround not in time. And now Jabs just pops the BKB himself, running down Xavier, slowed for the moment. Another ulti dropped onto the Spirit Bear, but this time there is no follow-up. Oh, Lelouch got greedy. He didn't want to pop BKB, but didn't see the bear coming in.
Yeah, that fear just destroyed him, and I love this from Jabs. He didn't have it queued up before, but yeah, he goes and gets his Blink Dagger. It's so good and so important in this game, and it's going to make his life so much easier in these team fights when he can just blink on this Drow Ranger and really get to that back line of heroes, the supports, the Shadow Demon. Like, you don't want to be throwing spells on the Sand King or the Train in the front lines here.
I think it is worth like sort of keeping an eye on how many different builds you can go on Death Prophet, and this hero still feels amazing. Like, it's so unbelievably flexible. It can be played in tons of different roles, 2 through 5 right now it feels like, and now going into this Lotus, and then afterwards the Halberd too. Like, oh my goodness. Jabs is in his happy place.
Yeah, these heroes where any item, whatever item build fits the game, whereas like, you know, it just feels so much nicer because you can counter what the enemy's doing rather than like, you know, many of your typical offense it's just like, I go BKB Blink and then I'll maybe get a tanky item, but Death Prophet just has so much more room for improvisation, even though there is a BKB Blink there, as I say that.
Right. It wasn't first, though. That's the important part.
Yeah, well, your typical Death Prophet build doesn't involve Blink because she's not a Blink initiator. So if anything, this is like the odd build, but whereas most offlaners, like your Blink stun initiator is just BKB Blink. So.
A 5,000 gold lead. They're still keeping it close on Polaris in terms of the net worth, but it is feeling more and more difficult each of these fights. That will be a nice one. A ceremonial row pickup. Actually, to get sent back to base. See who decides to take that one, but need that extra bit of damage. A smoke up from Fnatic. They spotted the Quap right up top and want to try and catch Lelouch sleeping, but blink away, and we'll stay fine for the moment.
Still hunting a little bit, but gonna get vision. A lot of players in the neighborhood, though. They don't have the drought here. They want to take this full team fight. I don't think without Natsumi they want to take this fight.
So Fnatic, they will claim that outpost, setting up for a Roche, and immediately come on in, and they're going to take out these wards as well.
Is this tricky part of the game where Polaris, you're like, do we try and contest Roshan? Like, can we? We have vision. If we try run into them, they're just gonna, like, Drow doesn't like these aggressive plays. Like, Drow wants to be the one having her teammates get gone. Like, if your teammates are trying to make plays aggressively, you're often exposing yourself and giving away, you know, giving Fnatic opportunities to jump on you. So contesting Roshan is just naturally something Drow Ranger drops can be bad at. And as a result, even though this game is pretty close goal-wise, like, yeah, Fnatic have been in control and then the ones making all the moves, they're not that far ahead. They do get a free uncontested Roshan, but Polaris, again, they're Drow. You love to defend your high ground. You love to sit back and chill. This is not a hopeless situation for Polaris just yet.
The just yet is doing a lot there, I'm gonna be honest.
I added because momentum is going Fnatic's way. They're the ones, you know, definitely in control, but like we've seen Polaris play this style of draft. Yeah, and I don't think it's like the long shot where last game, you know, oh, you know, let's try find some like crazy play players to make. They don't have to do anything crazy. Like, their draft is easy-ish to execute. Like, it's very much like a let's wait for those mistakes and punish. Let's make them go on us. Put the pressure on them, and anytime, you know, Fnatic is grouping up to push a lane, get what farm we can else on the map. Like, Treant's making his way out of the map. Quap's a pretty good hero to split push with. You need to also, you can't fall behind on farm, which is something they've done a really good job of, because so many teams would be down like 10, 15k gold at this point with how much map control Fnatic have, but it feels like someone's always farming and pushing bottom. Often there's someone like in the enemy jungle, so they've done a really good job keeping up the farm.
And that is what they, like you said, have to do, but they also have to be able to deal with this pressure that's coming in now. Raven is there, and the kickback onto the illusion. A little bit of a misplay there. They thought it was the real one, but it's not. And now Jab actually jumps in the middle of all of them.
He's got the shard.
Trying to find the kill. That was a great silence afterwards.
Yeah.
Now, popping the glyph, Raven eventually kills this one off. Shadow Demon very close to Aghanim Scepter if they want to finish that, but Raven Bear, eventually goes down. Good silence. Armel, they pop one ulti. Now the turn. Jabs right on top of all of them. The fear is out. Can they find enough for the kill? It looks like it. Force 4 steps away. Oh, but he is eventually going to get ran down here for a second. But round 2, Jabs, they got the ulti in the middle of the tier 4s, but they got what they came for. Racks are dead.
They're going for another lane too. They want mid.
Spirit Bear down low. Comes out a little bit late. The kick out. Oh, and the fear hit as well. On to Force. What a combo. Now, there is no Spirit Bear left. Can they find any more?
Yeah, they've got the hypothermia, the upgraded shard arrows, doing some good damage there, but still tough, and Fnatic still have the Aegis in their hand. The really tough thing, like, all these past tower defenses have been possible because they killed the Spirit Bear, but the problem is they can't really commit to killing the Spirit Bear because any hero that shows themselves risks getting blinked on and kicked out of the base. This Ag Scepter on Tusk is the game changer. This is what Fnatic have been waiting for to really, you know, pull this draft together and be able to basically push high ground, is having this initiator who can reposition the enemy, because all of a sudden Drow can't right-click this Spirit Bear. She's going to get blinked on. Same thing for like Sand King. He can't just go and blink Burrow Strike. He's going to get kicked out of base. You combine that with what Jabs was doing, which is just blinking into 4 heroes and throwing out like 3 Spirit Siphons with a Lotus Orb on himself. He didn't even have BKB the first time he blinked into 3 or 4 heroes. He just chucked out 3 Siphons and a Lotus on himself. And his job wasn't to kill anyone. It was literally just to distract heroes while Lone Druid took buildings. And Fnatic, their execution with that push was really flawless.
I feel like if Polaris want to win this game, they've got to push out on the map and actually make a play not in front of their racks where the Spirit Bear is hitting them. Because like you said, if the fights are like set up the way that Fnatic want, it feels like they can't lose them almost. The best part of it that we saw, I felt like, was Quap pre-blinking and pre-orchiding the Tusk as he went in for a kick. But even still, he just BKB'd afterwards, so they weren't able to follow it up with anything. It's gonna be tough.
Not sure what the answer to this Tusk kick is going to be. Yeah, I agree. It's just a tough situation to be in. The Aegis still up for a minute. We'll see if Fnatic go for that second lane of Raxon. I think they were waiting maybe like double bear. I guess Raven's still going to wait another minute, but they're smoked up. Fnatic looking for that initiation. They're pinging top lane. Wanting to get that kick maybe. Someone's going to have to defend this.
Yeah,
theoretically.
And they're in pretty deep. DJ, he is ready. He's stepped a bit too far forward. Lelouch, is he going to get caught?
There's that armor kick.
I mean,
Force's
it feels
positioning
like
is so good. Yeah, they're pinging it. Force's positioned as far away as possible. And
jump in, kicks away. Still, he was able to catch him. Unreal.
Good
But the
force.
fear of the Force Staff keeping him alive. A second Force. Okay. Now they are going to have 3 rounds of ultis afterwards from Xavius. They drop one down onto DP. She's in trouble. They already have lost the Tusk, and they might lose more, but they have also lost the Rax. Raven takes it just so quickly.
Winning the fight,
Raven
though.
is going to lose the Spirit Bear. Can they find any
No
more
resummon.
afterwards? They need everybody walking away, trying to get him. They get the root. Barely able to find him. Mavis, what a play. Oh, my God. It came in at the last second. They were able to break that TP, and now they can run him down. This is going to be a full 5 wipe. You take that every day of the week for the Rax, and they need to find more afterwards, but a great fight from Polaris.
I was just like, oh, he's TPing out. Nothing Trink could do. And then suddenly it's like bashing punch comes out. I'm like, what the hell? He's got an axe shard. That's sick.
That was so needed.
Yeah. I would not normally rate this. I'm surprised he bought this. It's not one of the axe shards I think is like amazing or anything, but that was the dream scenario. He's saying, yeah, that's why I buy this axe shard. Team wipe, lose your axe. You know, I feel like Fnatic are maybe playing their draft a bit like it's on a timer when it isn't necessarily. Like, this game does get trickier the longer it goes, the more farm Drow gets, but They really force the issue there pretty heavily with that kind of smoke in and just let's exorcism and try and brute force these racks. That's what the draft wants. You to show yourself and commit onto other heroes or other objectives. You commit onto those buildings, Drow is being ignored, and that Warriors kick, the Shadow Demon surviving the Warriors kick and getting off like multiple purges was a game changer as well.
Because I don't think he had buyback. He might have had buyback with the Philosopher's Stone, actually, but
Not
it
sure.
felt like, you know, he was going to be out of the fight at that point. And now a minute and a half left on Roche. If Polaris can defend their high ground like that, the question becomes, can they take a fight at the Roche pit? Like, do you think that they have what it takes? I mean, you have to get Vision down, it feels like.
Yeah, got to get Vision down. They just don't have that good, like, frontline hero to run in. Like, the Sand King is meant to be it, but Sand King wants to be the one that, okay, someone shows himself, blink stun.
Armel tries to go there. Another Force Staff keeps him alive, and they blow him up. And now the fight taking place outside the base. DJ wants to jump away. Lelouch on his case. Has another blink in a second here, but can he find him? It's dangerous to just blink in there like that. So he's going to play it a little bit more safe on Lelouch and just run down, push out the creep wave. But Tusk dead for a minute.
Yeah, it's nice. This Tusk is the key hero I think you want to try bring down every fight because of how impactful that Warriors kick is. They're smoking, they're making their move out. No Roshan to go for, but they just feel like now Tusk is dead. You can make any play you want, I think, when there's no threat of Warriors kick. Problem is Fnatic is just nowhere to be seen, so this is maybe just going to end up being a bit of a warding mission, but even that, they don't have any wards to put down, so we'll see what players can find.
We're going to have to see if Polaris can pull this back. This is the thing that's worked for them in the past. They go down game one. They somehow manage to pull back some crazy turnaround in game two. If they could do it here, we've talked about it. This is potentially a shot at the major for them. This would be the series that they have to win to get in there. And, you know, they're not giving up without a fight. They were down very, very deeply earlier in this game. And off the back of some solid item choices and really good, you know, Acronym shards.
Yep.
They were able to make it work so far.
The Drow shard is amazing this game. The extra damage you're getting out of that. The Shadow Demon now has an Ag shard as well. They're all in on these shards.
The other thing is the Force Staffs. They've got them on like everybody.
Yeah. Train's got one queued up.
Got on tree too. But everybody except for Quap is going to have one pretty soon here.
Yep. Very heads up play. Yeah, I think Quap just wants to be this hero that Quap at some point is going to just be blinking in and like frontlining almost, but has got the Hex queued up, so not looking to tank up too much further, but level 25 fast approaching as well. And here come Fnatic. They want to get that map control back. They know that Roshan is alive anytime in the next couple of minutes. They don't know the exact timer like we do. And that's going to put pressure on both these teams to constantly scout it out. Drow using that Manta illusions to kind of, you know, make sure that Fnatic aren't in the pit, which seems to suggest, you know, Polaris' positioning is saying, we want to contest this Roche number 3. We let you get those first two, but this time around they feel much more prepared for a fight there. They're up on goal. They're maybe down 3 racks, but yeah.
Down bottom, Lelouch, he sent his illusion rune to go and push out the wave and took the tier 2 in the meantime. Nice. So now 2 tier 2 towers taken. If you win a fight, they're going to be able to potentially take like 2 sets of racks for Polaris. But going to get the D-Ward action going already. 39 minutes in now. And we do also have that next set of neutrals, which can make all the difference in the world. There's a Flicker on Fnatic, Spell Prism, Ninja Gear for Drow, Witchbane, a couple other interesting things to watch for.
Yep. Other big thing is Polaris, they're not buying these next items. Like Shadow Demon has an Aeon Disc. They're holding buybacks. They have 5 buybacks for this upcoming team fight. They are all in on making it work, knowing that, you know, maybe we get it jumped on and lose a hero or two, but we're going to look to make sure we buy back and try and win that fight, take Aegis, get all the refresher, ag scepters, cheeses, and whatnot that come with Roche number 3.
Man, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't think we'd get here. I literally thought Polaris were just going to lose based off the way that early game went, but they have really pulled it back together. And now also, like, Scotty coming out for Natsumi, paired together with the hyperthermia. No, it's not looking so easy. This is going to be a tough game. This Drow pick is working out for them the way they need it to, and it is giving them some life.
Yeah, it was a great hero this game against everything that was there. There's, you know, the Tusk was a nice last pick to try and, you know, counteract what the Drow does, give you somebody to kind of jump on top. Now with an Aether Lens on Armel's Tusk just for that extra bit of cast range as well.
Look at this, though, too. The Aghanim Scepter done for Raven. When in doubt, rat it out. You know? this might be the solution.
Well, and that's the thing. Fnatic, part of their game plan is just going to be trying to force these, like, basically brute force these racks, either through Rat Dota, some split push, or just, you know, if they get an Aegis. Like, what they happened mid kind of was the Fnatic game plan to a certain extent. It was obviously really bad and not what they intended, but let's just take these Raxes and we'll eventually win the game with Mega Creeps. Seems to be at least somewhat the mindset of Fnatic. So this Ag Scepter on Lone Druid is going to fit that perfectly, just sending it bottom, constantly split pushing the wave, forcing someone to come defend. Turin's a pretty good hero to defend with, though, as both teams just constantly posture around this Roche.
I don't know if he can actually... I mean, obviously, it's going to be difficult to kill that bear. They're actually smoking. Are they going to try and catch somebody who comes back to deal with the bear?
Sneaky, sneaky.
Lelouch is here. I mean, this would be a big kill. He's already in the area, though. Yeah. And the pings come out. It feels like they know that something's going on here.
Yeah, I think Fnatic's like their mindset is Polaris is going to expect us to be posturing around Roshan. But the nice thing Polaris have going for them is all these illusions, Shadow Demon illusions, Manta illusions, constantly scout at the Roshan pit. Jabs is visible. His smoke's popped.
And yeah, they are going to kill the bear, it looks like. Yep. So they get the bear killed. Immediate movement. Fnatic now are going to try and maybe rush Roche pit?
I don't think they have the time. Can't do that. I think Polaris can get... Yeah, they smoke... Even if they don't find a play with this smoke, this is as much a scare Fnatic and also just get that extra little bit of movement speed going to get back to the pit sooner. No real opening for Fnatic to even think about going for Roshan there.
Yeah, Natsumi throws it out, realizes he's not there. They've got it.
Late game Lone Druid kind of starts to fall off. This is one of the issues with the hero in the past.
They have full vision. They have absolute, complete, and total full vision. Gotta be careful about the movement. Kick out, and they got him. Force silence. He's dead.
Got buyback, though.
Now they do have buyback. Roche is down to low HP. And look over there on the bottom side. They're being split. Oh, this late game decision making. Oh, Polaris, they get caught the shards. They're on the wrong side. Fnatic, the veterans, know what they need to do. Get Aegis, cheese, Aghanims. Easy, Roche.
Just outmaneuvered there, and the indecision from Polaris. Like, you had the thinking about Roshan, then backing off, and then Force on the Sankings just kind of caught out. You can't be indecisive against a hero like Tusk when he's got this Ag Scepter. He will punish any little mistake suddenly becomes a major one when you're playing against Tusk. And that was just a slight bit of late game kind of miscommunication, and Polaris, unfortunately for them, now get put on the back foot once again. And the split push is such a problem because, yeah, if they don't come, they basically have to ditch Roshan, or somebody needs to be camping this bottom lane because this bear is just going to be a constant threat to take those racks.
So, I mean, the way that it feels like to me, at least, and correct me if I'm wrong here, is that Polaris are in a situation where losing team fights are possible, but most of the ones have been because Fnatic's been, like, all-inning the racks. If Fnatic, like, do you think that Fnatic can still win team fights pretty effectively? Or, like, is it a situation where if the Polaris gets the fight going the way they want, they're going to win every one of them?
If it's Polaris is like set up in position right, I think Polaris have a pretty strong advantage. I think for Fnatic it comes down to taking a team fight where you initiate with this Roar's kick to get a key hero out of position. The Sanking or Drow getting kicked out of position, or Shadow Demon's a huge kill as well. Like, they need to basically for Fnatic's fight condition is like, we need a 5v4. Like, take out one of these 3 key heroes. As for Polaris, it's if Polaris get all their spells in a team fight, they're way stronger. The Spirit Bearer is gonna feel very useless because of how easy to kill it is, and that's so much of Fnatic's net worth is in the Spirit Bearer. So I think that's that's where like a normal just head-on-head team fight is gonna generally favor Polaris.
Well, that's the thing to watch for, I guess, is if they can actually like get that pick off Fnatic in one of those heroes. And spell block coming out soon. They're actually keeping everybody down bottom. And Lelouch will immediately blink away. Again, there's a little bit of indecision. He decides to go back for the Blink Dagger cooldown, or rather Blink cooldown. And I think he just finished off an item as well. It's going to be the full Sheep Stick done for the quad.
Yeah, I think with the way this game, like Polaris is not expecting to be able to win this game anytime soon. They're looking to drag this one. Like they know unless Fnatic really oversteps and gets team wipe pushing high ground or something that players can't make. They can't make plays or easily leave their base. Like Drow is this hero that fortunately has a ninja gear. That's like dream Drow item because of how important it is to be, you know, not scouted out, to be playing around, you know, fog and stuff. Ooh. This ninja gear is amazing.
And they've done this before. They know that he's going to be coming down here, DJ. Okay. Did he catch sight of him? Right outside of vision, jumps in. They find him. Can they get the kill? DJ will be dropping. Yep. So they punish that movement, and obviously they know he's over there, but the gem is also dropped. So they'll know there's a ward in that area.
And that basically means this Aegis is not going to be used to go for that bottom lane of Rax. At the same time, it felt like Fnatic had a better chance of getting this Rax when Roshan was up because of the split push.
Right.
They almost took that tier 3 tower, which for Polaris, fortunately, you've got this tree, and so you're healing it almost back up to full health already.
Yeah, that is another good point, actually. The constant spam of the heal that they can use. Well, it'll be really good. Let's see, level 20 for him, too, so the living armor, bonus armor. I was wondering if Mavis was going to be going back for the Eyes in the Forest at some point, but decides to pick up the Blink Dagger even before the Force Staff. Yeah, the Tusk also has the Octarine Core, so now longer range on that Walrus kick.
Yep. That is definitely the spell that Fnatic is playing around, so totally. I like the, yeah, this Octarine Tusk, low cooldown, longer cast range, seems solid. They're hunting. They want to probably clear out this vision down bottom. They know they're going to know there's a ward now there that they want to address. That's why Armella is just throwing eye shards out, scouting these trees. They're pinging, they're scanning. They don't know how many here. They probably think there's like 4 or 5. It's just Mavis this time, although no, he's got backup. It's no longer just Mavis.
Yeah, has to back out of there before things get a little bit too dicey. And they do play around this vision as well.
He's using this ninja gear to get into the base. He's looking to just poke at tier 4 towers, I want to say.
Zavis spots him, though, and he can't go for it anymore.
This is such an like obnoxious item combo. The ninja gear plus leveler on the Spirit Bear. They're going to gate the Spirit Bear top.
They're going to kill it. Now, on the bottom side, they are also immediately going to hit it. The tree.
Let's just bang our heads against the wall.
Down. I don't know if this is going to work for them, but it might. They still have a glyph available. Exorcism wearing down low with a bonus armor, keeping this tower alive. And they don't feel comfy with it.
The Bear's trying to split push top, but Polaris see it. They know it's up there. They've pinged it a couple of times. They've killed it once, so if they kill it again, it can't be resummoned. And Fnatic, they know they can't team fight. They're just trying to not even split push. It's literally, they're just trying to backdoor, essentially. Like, they're just like... They're not trying to, they're not trying to pull Polaris to these different sides. They're just trying to sneak this Bear into the base. They're trying to just run at this tower, this tier 3 tower bottom with Exorcism and, you know, all their spells. They can't go as 5. They have to basically attack 2 lanes at once and ignore heroes.
The other thing is that even if they get Mega Creeps, I don't know if that actually ends the game. I feel like it doesn't.
True.
I think Polaris could still win fights at that point. We might be in for a longer one here.
Yeah.
Depending upon how they decide to go.
Yep. No, I totally agree. It's a huge game changer because it means, like, at that point, Polaris, like, it's going to take them ages to claw their way back in, or, you know, they have to kill heroes without buyback. So it gives Fnatic a big advantage, but it's definitely not, like, game over with Megas. It's just it puts Fnatic in a way better position now. And then, you know,
not showing on the map.
The same way you're trying to brute force and just take these, you know, this last tier 3 tower and Rax, at some point they're going to do that to the tier 4 towers and the throne itself. They've had, I think that one of their last series where they just like ignored heroes and just went for buildings and won the game.
And that definitely feels like a possibility with this leveler on hand. It could be a pretty big problem. Oh, wait a minute now. They find themselves one. Januel, a couple more punches. Sonic Wave tries to get out of there. Secondary silence. Why not?
Nice.
Lelouch finds the pick off.
Okay. That Spell Prism as well. All these low cooldowns. 3.5 second cooldown blink.
Dire are scanning.
Feels very nice.
Tusk right now also went for the 25 snowball cooldown. So 5.3 seconds cooldown on snowball. You stay inside of it for 3 seconds. So that is kind of crazy.
Yeah. And you stun them for a second, so it's like, you know.
Infinite.
Very, very nice. Yeah, the 12% chance Walrus punch is a bit of a level 25 meme. Not sure. I feel like that needs to be like 20% or something at least. And even whatever percent, it's a meme, but it's just like you should make it a viable meme.
Right. It's like an Ags Labyrinth build. That's what it is.
Exactly. Like you can itemize for this right-click Tusk, which is probably why. Like maybe in the future, like safe lane carry Tusk becomes a thing, and then having like this 20-25% Walrus Punch chance seems like, you know, with like an AC type build, like sounds absurd. But
I
you know,
speaking my language.
the problem is Tusk needs BKB Ags and Blink. Like these items are not.
Right.
I mean, BKB is a carry item, but you're not going like attack speed on Tusk.
No. Not yet, at least.
Yes, there will be. But buff this 25 talent. We need at least 20% chance. At least.
I want to be able to walrus punch towers. Okay, just like root them out of the ground.
Yeah.
Well, Lelouch, he has the full Bloodthorn done now, and it looks like they're ready to move out on the map. We have pushed out waves. It is time to push out towers. But immediate reaction comes from Fnatic. They're smoked up. Trying to use the advantage that they get with DJ.
I like this from Polaris. Every time they like TP back to defend, it's like everyone TPs. They refuse to like let themselves be picked off or caught split up.
Whoa, Raven Bear
Yeah.
almost took that tower out. They will manage to keep it alive, but that is glyph down. I mean,
Yeah.
That's tough.
And that's the game plan. He just bought. I'm surprised this BKB didn't come out sooner, but this is what Fnatic's game is going to look like now. Popping BKB on Bear or BKB Exorcism and just trying to take buildings while ignoring the enemy heroes. Like, they just can't kill people because of disruption saves, demonic purges. There's another Scythe. Xavius on this Shadow Demon has a Scythe of Vice now. Like, their team fight is far inferior.
Mavis. He's
jabs.
underneath a ward and smoked up. Gotta be careful. I mean, they're right underneath the ward here. It's only DJ and Armel, but that might be enough to blow them up. Forces there as well. They spot them all. Armel jumps in, the big boundless strike, and wow, the snowball away is actually going to be able to focus down that Shadow Demon.
The Bear's
dead
backdooring
already,
bottom.
and look back bottom.
Yep.
They're taking it through backdoor.
Yep.
Got to get back home.
He only barely has enough damage to out-damage the back door, which is why he's not
And
going...
Mavis
Okay.
also going down
Bear's
dead.
back in.
They're forcing them into a fight. They've got to come back and retreat. Natsumi, oh, they almost got him. Lotus Punch goes for the jump away, but look at this. They get another round of it. BKB, Bear getting out, and Mavis doesn't have Overgrowth back up and on time. How annoying can you be?
The fact he can out-damage backdoor protection with this Deso Leveler, Swift Blink as well, like, that's the problem here, because even if you can't, it's not about pushing out your waves, because he ignores with Ninja Gear plus Leveler, like the neutral items this game. Usually the neutral item RNG is like, okay, it's not optimal, but it's not a game changer. This game, without either of these items, like, he has to get both for this to be possible. He smokes past creep waves, and then the
DJ.
Leveler gives him crazy damage.
Hex onto the side. Where's the save? They need the Shadow Demon to get a Force Staff instead. Fear is there. And rooted for the moment. Somebody's coming down bottom. They know who it is. Got to keep your eyes on your buildings. They've killed off the Tusk, but they know that the Lone Druid is coming. And they have to back away. And that means Roche, it's open for Fnatic.
Yeah,
This indecision, they're figuring out which way they want to go.
Yeah, I think Fnatic's waiting to see if Polaris go back to defend or not. They're not committing to Roshan until they see heroes defending bottom. They're going to see Drow now. But Exorcism's wearing off, so Polaris is still playing this pretty well. It's like one of the most frustrating things in the world to play against this backdooring Bear. But it's so far, you know, they're holding on. That tower and glyph being down could become a problem though. 2 minutes with no glyph.
And I mean, as annoying as this is, it's also got to be incredibly stressful to play as Fnatic. You don't want to give up any Bears sort of needlessly. It could suddenly turn your whole game into a terrible situation. And right now, Lelouch looking for an opening. They find her. Quap on top of that DP. Is it enough for the kill? Yes, it is. Now down towards bottom, you can see already Xavius moving over to try and catch the Bear that they know will be coming. Back in the pit, though, there's a tree up on the high ground, and DJ found the silence is there, pops the BKB, wants to get the hell out of here, but a couple more punches, it might be more than enough. Getting healed up afterwards for the Pugna, but they find him over to the side, and back home, the Bear is going to town. They will kill off the Monkey King, and also, oh, the freaking disruption, the demonic purge.
Yeah.
It's so strong. Do they have enough to kill it? The Hex is there, and they will be able to almost get it. Raven, he gets the rats, looking for another one, but they will finally put the kibosh on that. And
Just the
Raven
range racks?
resummons again.
Very heavy cost. I mean, they also got team. This, I love that they understand now. It's one of those things. You've probably never played against this exact situation many times, or really ever necessarily, but they've adapted and learned how to defend against a split push. Because the problem is, you defend with one hero, that hero maybe dies. You defend with everybody, you're giving up Roshan, but they've recognized Shadow Demon is, tanky enough and doesn't get solo killed by the bear because of Demonic Purge. They're leaving Xavius as this bot lane defender, while the rest of the team can actually take team fights 4v5. That's how strong players are. They're basically 4v5. I mean, it's 4v4 because Lone Druid's not there. That's the thing. They don't bring the bear to the fight. It's not a 4v5. And even if they bring the bear to the fight, I think Fnatic are just so much weaker in these team fights now.
Yeah, they have so many of these huge items. Like, Shadow Demon is almost ahead of the Sand King in terms of the net worth. And you look at what Tusk actually brings to the fight, it's literally a kick. Like, that's what this guy does at this point in time. He can push out waves pretty well. You can get a Walrus Punch out there, but he doesn't really have damage. So 9,000 gold lead into the favor of Polaris. They have Aegis. They have to keep all these waves pushed out. And Lelouch might be getting ganked right now. They scan. Ooh, don't quite catch her, but there she is to the side. Walrus Punch, kick away. Do they have anything to save? The Hex is there afterwards. The combo came out. They just fought that one.
Fear.
And now in trouble, feared and dead. Lelouch down. Does have buyback.
Nicely done. This is, as amazing as Polaris have looked in most of these team fights recently, the issue is always going to be, like, if you split up or if you get out on the map and Fnatic has vision of you, these pickoffs are naturally going to happen. And you kind of have to play split up. That's the tricky thing.
This would be an absolutely heartbreaking loss for Polaris after all that they've put into this game. But it can happen in a second. And Fnatic, they've got to play it cleanly. But they find the bear again. BKB wants to get out of there. They have the fear afterwards, but it won't matter. Natsumi able to take down another Raven Spirit Bear.
Yeah.
Does he have a resummon? He does. And it's already sent out again. Yeah. He's just staying in Fountain.
I think with Raven, he needs to just like mix it up. Like sometimes go for the backdoor on the bottom racks and sometimes go for the backdoor on the tier 4s. But look at this. Treant, he's got the eyes. He's actually put them next to the racks to defend it. Like you try and BKB take it down, he can overgrowth. So I just feel like Polaris draft, like they didn't game plan. They didn't pick these heroes because like, 60 minutes in, we're going to have the counter to this bear backdoor. But it just works out perfectly. Treant's living armor plus 20 armor to defend. This Aghanim Scepter is going to be really nice with the overgrowth. So their draft is coming together here in the late game.
What are we even watching, man? This has been one of those games that just like, it feels like insanity happens. And it also feels like at any moment it could end. And then also it could go to another like 30 minutes. Either way, I would not be surprised.
Yeah. I'm leaning towards the latter just because of how crazy these teams in this game has been, but it very much could just be like, boom, over with one lost team fight where a team uses buybacks, or maybe they buy back and then have to defend without. So,
right,
it's spicy, this one. I don't know which way it goes. Like everything we're seeing is suggesting that Polaris have the edge, but it's such a precarious position to be in when you're against Lone Druid, Death Prophet. You lose one fight. Even you don't even have to lose a fight. You get caught out of position, your base dies. Right. Polaris don't have that surprise. Fnatic can just win the game with the snap of a finger if they ever get in the base, cancel TPs, or Glyph is down. Polaris have to actually win those fights.
Well, and as we just saw with the Queen of Pain getting caught and killed, right? Like every time that you're defending in your base, that's your safe spot. But actually being able to win the game and go out on the map, that's when you can get outmaneuvered by Fnatic. And we've seen it happen already. And actually taking a look at the graphs real quickly, there's some really interesting things going on here. You can see the huge drop in net worth, but the increase in win probability. I have never seen that before.
Yeah. What just happened? It went from 60. Was that Aegis expiring or something? Maybe.
Yeah, I guess that could have been what it was.
That's a little odd.
So they know something that we don't know, apparently. But yeah, I mean, you can see it's just been like a complete and total swing back and forth. And I mean, the reality with that is I think it's telling us like how many mistakes you can make as a team on Polaris and just lose the game. That's what it feels like.
Yes. It's very much a one mistake you lose kind of situation when you're playing against this Lone Druid. Whereas Fnatic, they're I mean, I keep saying this brute force style. Like their game plan is going to involve what looks like mistakes. Like they're going to have to feed to get megas and to get this throne potentially. Whether it's feeding a team fight while other heroes backdoor and basically creating like a decoy distraction, or it's going to be, hey, they're defending their base. Let's just ignore these heroes and feed while we go for the tier 4 towers. Like I don't think Fnatic win this game without some tactical feeding.
Well, and to be honest, I think there's still room to grow on the Spirit Bear as well. He's got Mask of Madness right now, but you can get towards Rapier. You can get towards, you know, I mean, well, I guess Rapier is the answer for the Moon Shard. You know, things get really scary very quickly. Wait a minute. Look at this now. Jump forward. They get the stun. They found DJ right at the start. Natsumi has to back away, doesn't want to get kicked. The bear is on top of both of them, but now he's isolated, doesn't have anywhere else to go, and they completely rip it apart. But the Pugna save for the moment. The kick out afterwards. Natsumi now in trouble. Bear right on top, but they get the kill. Now trying to walk away. The snowball is there to keep control of Natsumi. Another Gus's team protecting him. Pugna, can he get the kill? Not quite, he gets the regen, but then they eventually bring him down. That is Aegis down. Round 2 of this now. What else they have left in the tank? They kick him out. There's the BKB. Doesn't have a TP. Walks forward. Wants to find a couple more punches for the kills. Can he kill off Jay? Jabs down low. Refresher in for round 2. Tusk up on the high ground. Almost dead. They're keeping Jabs alive, but it's not enough in the end. Now the eyes on the prize. The racks are starting to drop down low, but Lelouch is there to keep them alive. Force now being scouted by DJ, but where's the follow-up? There's nothing. And on the other side, you can see Raven had to go in and buy the refresher to get another bear.
Yep. Yeah, they dealt with this bear well, which meant the split push threat was addressed, but really back and forth team fight. Buybacks used a little bit on both sides, it looks like. Sankin going through his, Pugna on the Radiant, but no one really walks away from that within like a clear advantage. We're about to hit 60 minutes, which means tier 5 neutral items. Let's go.
Yes.
I'm not even sure which are the crazy game changer ones. I'm trying to figure that out, but we'll see what these teams get.
Pirate Hat feels pretty good.
Ooh.
The Mirror Shield is really interesting. If they get that with Tusk, I'm not even sure how that works. But we'll see.
Yeah. And everyone's just
this is actually
like 10 slotted. This Quap has so many items. She's level 30, so getting both level 25 talents.
10,000 gold in the bank.
Yeah.
Buy your Drow a Moon Shard.
That was Lone Druid too, but he finally spent some money and got a refresher, so
Yeah.
I think feeling like his bear is just pretty capped out at this point. Sold that Mask of Madness. It looks like, yeah, with a Hyperstone, like a Moon Shard's coming out, but hasn't bought it yet.
All right, well, 60-minute mark is there. Haven't seen any neutrals yet. DJ is scouting Natsumi over here and actually just throwing the marksmanship around and randomly managed to catch him. And the Burrow Strike, good BKB by DJ. Gets him out.
Yeah. At that point in the game where anytime you're trying to TP out, you may as well BKB. It's already 6 seconds. You can just wait a minute before taking a fight. I mean, DJ's quietly gotten pretty down farmed himself. This Scotty combined with level 25 for the double ring. You know, everybody gets to be a core here in the late game. Like, we've talked a bit about Shadow Demon already and his impact.
Ooh, Book of the Dead. Interesting.
And there's a Ex Machina on Sand King too, so
Dire are
double
scanning.
blink, double
also-
force, refresh your A on disc.
They also got a Book of the Dead on Radiant. Okay. That's interesting.
Look, just looking to bring back the dead item.
I love it. Fallen
That-
Sky. All right.
Fallen Sky, I think is I love Fallen Sky. Maybe it's just the most fun to use, but I think it's legit good too. But Book of the Dead for Fnatic seems nice when they're doing all this split push and shenanigans.
Wonder if you pop it on the bear and then just like run it in, and then pop it and then switch back over to whatchamacallit, the leveler. Maybe. Yeah, that's actually what they're doing. Oh my god. Oh wait, they found him. Bear, BKB, TP's out.
The fact this Spirit Bear is using 3 neutral items and using them all like it's smoke into summon Necrobooks into leveler. Like the fact he can actually use all 3 is absurd. And you know, it's
like the perfect items.
Exactly. Dream items. Nobody else necessarily needs or can use these items better, so why not? Maybe someone else could use the Ninja Gear. Like a Tusk with Ninja Gear could be nice, but Tusk with Fallen Sky sounds absolutely dope as well.
They jump in. They find Lelouch. Can they kill him, though? Good boundless strike afterwards. Snowball, but DJ trying to get away from them. Look at all the damage coming in from Natsumi. Armel didn't stand a chance. They were not expecting that overgrowth. Now, Jabs wanting to get out. The chase is there. Follow the ghosts. Couple rounds of it. It's a really low cooldown on that blink. They decide to hunt over to the side and find the Pugna. Pugna does not have buyback. So this is going to be a dieback for Januel. And what more can they find? This is going to be a tough one, but I think they might have blown something up in here. Polaris, it looks like they're ready to start running down lanes, and immediately Fnatic pressure out all the other ones.
They know defending 3v5 or 4v5 with a buyback is going to be tricky, so Jabs has a BKB TP, and yeah, he's just going to have to go for it.
Bear pressuring out up top, but they see it again. Oh, the Ice in the Forest that scouts him out.
Oh, that's so nice.
And he has to run away, but they know that Raven is over here.
Yep. Raven has the refresher, but currently no resummon. He wants, ideally, to have it come off cooldown so he can have 3 bears for an upcoming team fight. But this high ground push is coming and coming fast. Tuss buyback is up, but it's this awkward moment where you're like, you've waited this long, 30 seconds. Do you use the buyback? Losing 1 lane of Rax at this point means really nothing, but what matters for Polaris is they're getting inside the enemy base. They can poke at these tier 4s. They can consider going for that throne soon.
Disruption, pressuring it out. They're going in. Do they want to go all in? These
Raven's
decisions
going for the base.
Always so deadly. They got to be careful. He's right there immediately, trying to break through back door, but it's only hitting a Rax. This is a ranged Rax. There are no creeps nearby at all.
Yeah, Polaris is ignoring
and they bring them all down. They're just letting them take it. Yeah,
it's
the
going to
Necrobook's
be
taking
megas,
one.
it looks like.
Oh, they're coming to try and deal with it, and they already have it. The Hex, tons of damage out, but still, they are breaking through back door. The fear is there afterwards. Overgrowth, nicely played by Mavis, and now any extra follow-up, Natsumi's there. They find the kill. One last Rax remains. What more can Fnatic do? I don't know if Raven has left the fountain in a while. By the refresher, but that was about it.
What do you mean? Raven just died.
That's fair. Fair enough.
He's pretty sure that he's just microing. His bear is his hero. I'm pretty sure that's like 90% of this game. His camera has been on his bear. Unfortunately, it's not the most fun gameplay. Like, just ignoring every hero creep and just going for these buildings. He's upgraded. He's gone to a Mjolnir now, so feeling like the attack speed is going to help him out there. And again, smoking down bottom, trying to see what he can find. He's just going to go for the back door, but he's this Tree of Ags is a late game winner.
Yeah. This is huge for them. I mean, just out of there. And if they can see Raven again, they're going to go for it. But obviously, 3 bears, it's tough to deal with. They pop immediately those Necro books and are trying to cut the creep wave. But you can see that Force is over there in the area as well. There was also, I think, a pirate hat that got picked up. I'm not sure if somebody is using that right now or not. It doesn't look like it. But you can, summon up those boundaries really well.
Yeah, Treant's got it in the backpack. It looks like he's digging on cool whenever it's up, but when it's backpack,
DJ. Stay still, DJ. And they go, but they don't hit it. The Hex is there afterwards. Where's the disruption? Davis has it if they want to use it. Hides off to the side, got him under control. Natsumi heading away, blinking away. The bear is going to drop and now looking for more. Do they have enough left in the tank? Snowball safe to dodge the damage, and now the follow-up is going to be there afterwards. Boundless strike. Do they have enough to kill them all off? Natsumi just does way too much damage. They blow him up one by one. The silence is there. DJ, they push through to the other angle. They find another kill. Mass buybacks. Triple kill for Natsumi, though. He hits too hard.
Yeah, they have all these buybacks. So the scary thing is Fnatic's high ground defense, much like Polaris, is still pretty damn good just because of Tuss with the Warrior's Kick. And always, if you're going for a push, it means you're exposing yourself for the back door, as we've seen time and time again. But Polaris win another big fight. They're now up to a 34k gold lead. It looks like they should be able to get this Roshan contested, but the Bears sneaking in. Again, it's being scouted by these eyes. I think he's just not realizing that he's being scattered out every time he does this, and he stopped using that ninja gear to smoke past.
Oh, and now they got him again. Savage Roar down, nowhere left to go. Raven is dead, although he does have another version of himself with the refresher. He's just gotta run in there and find the buildings, but haven't been able to make it happen.
The big thing is, like, you don't know those eyes are scouting out your bear. I think if he's gonna go back and watch this replay and be like, yeah, I did not use this ninja gear as much as I should be. Anytime he was running it through trees, he thinks it's not being scouted, but I think he just needs to ninja gear it in and go for that high ground play. And again, he needs to position it behind the racks because that watcher on the tree is in front of it. So he could theoretically dodge it, he just doesn't know it's there.
Yeah. And I think that, you know, this is now Polaris' time. It's a 46,000 gold lead. But still, even now, it feels like in an instant they could lose the game if it all goes poorly. No buyback on the Shadow Demon, but they are pressuring for the last set of racks to get megas of their own. They walk forward. The Hex is there. Where's the save? The snowball's there. Armel trying to keep him alive. The rest of them back away. He's still in the creep, so that means he's not out of position either. Mavis, force staff to the other side. Wukong's command down. Bear running through the trees. It's
again.
not under the ninja gear. They know. They're aware. And that alone is going to be enough to get him out. But wait a minute. Davis, he's left alone. Where's the team? The kick out afterwards. Davis, he's got to get out of there. Now in trouble, and now Davis dead. I mean, he doesn't have buyback, a huge integral part of their fight, but they will kill off Raven's Bear again.
He's got the refresh. He's still like, I don't think he's used his refresher because every time his bear dies, he's like, I can wait 60 seconds. He'd rather have double bear. So he wants to wait, but no, he's going to pop. Okay, I was about to say, at this point, not having the bear active on the map is just, you're just not able to impact the game. So I think good call to just use it there. He's going to have to play very cautiously.
I can't say how impressed I am with Polaris and their ability to stay in this game. If they win this one, they're going to deserve it more than anybody. And right now, they go in. The blink. Got him caught. Armel kicks out afterwards. Where's the follow-up? There's nothing. Lelouch is not the one to kick away. He's got the blink.
Little rewind action
the bear
there.
is right across the map.
Yeah. This time, it is smoked. Feels like that's been the missing ingredient. And there's been a few times where, you know, the bear gets ganked and I feel like he should maybe realize it's the smoke's being caught, but Drow was in position to defend. Yeah.
Already there, and he breaks the smoke on him, and Natsumi immediately starts going to town. They pop
no TP.
Creeps. Raven's Baron is gonna drop. And no refresher, no resummon. My man has an Aghanim Scepter and a refresher shard. Refresher orb. I don't know if this is gonna be enough.
They need to get out, and Tusk doesn't have BKB.
Oh, he's got to run, got to hide, but forces through with the stun onto both, trying to keep him alive, but it's not going to happen. DJ also in trouble. Jebs jumps right on top of the Hex. Maybe a turnaround there. Armel, he finds the kill. He's dead. Armel is going to die, but that was only the Aegis. Do they have a round 2 of this now? They have a buyback on Armel, immediately going to use it. Jabs wants to hunt. DJ gonna drop Natsumi. He's still so hard to kill, and Jabs will get the TP away, but they managed to force buybacks from the tree and the Sand King. Yeah.
They're doing all of this without a lone druid. Jabs just blinked in and, like, he didn't even have exorcism. He just hexed and spirit siphon. The scaling damage, the percent-based damage is just huge in the late game as everyone gets super tanky. So combining that with the Monkey King, yeah, Monkey did the most damage in that fight. That, you know, Wukong's command, double ring, and his Scotty defeat, full-on carry this point with a refresher now as well. So Polaris want mega creeps though. It looked like Fnatic were the ones trying to force mega creeps, but this time around Polaris, I mean, they're not forcing it. They're just saying, we're just stronger. We're going to come and get these.
And again, all it takes is one misplay and things can go tragically wrong, but they have megas. And at this point, will it be enough? Can they finally breathe a sigh of relief? It's 54,000 gold lead into their favor, but smoked up behind the towers are Jabs, the rest of Fnatic.
Yeah,
what a game.
That kick is always so scary. The bear again, it's smoked up. This time there's no one to defend, so this could be megas versus megas. They
got force. And now going in on it. It's going down. This is going to be megas on megas. I don't think they can get there in time. Ooh. Oh, but they used the glyph. Nicely played. Davis now wants to chase it down, wants to find the catch for the kill, and they will get him. Raven dead. Yet again. But the refresher there.
Yep. He's gonna have double bear in 30 seconds, but this quickening charm is really nice for his game. Maybe he gets like a Octarine next or something, you know? Well, I guess he'd have to replace the quickening since it doesn't stack, but we'll see. I don't know what Raven buys at this point. His bear is 6 of, like, has 7 or 8 items.
Well, it's the diminishing one now, but yeah, it feels like, do they have all their items too? They do. One of the other cool things that we saw there is, for a little while, Death Prophet was using the Book of Shadows. And I don't think that they have that anymore. They have it on the Pugna, so it's another way to like save somebody if they're in too deep.
Yeah. Yeah, they've
or
done some swapping
potentially-
around. Definitely, like, I mean, teams don't play with tier 5 items often, so it's very unclear which one is best on who. Up lane, though, this is a big kill. Japs goes down without buyback. Minute and a half without. Yeah.
And now they find DJ as well. Oh, they've caught him again. These eyes in the forest, they catch them both on other sides of the map. Get all the vision that they need, and now overgrowth chase. DJ gonna pop the ulti. Do they have enough to stay alive through this? He's rooted, he's in trouble, and he is gonna die too. No buyback. Polaris, they have fought through everything. And look, they're hunting the bear too. Raven jumps it away. He wants to go all in on this Rax, but they don't have two of their heroes. And they're gonna have vision on this bear.
It's out of range of the eye. He doesn't. Again, oh, he's walking it in. He's walking it in.
But look at this. The Book of the Dead on the tier 4 towers. At this point, they're going to get the fear off Raven. He wants desperately to hold on, but I don't know if they're going to have enough left in the tank.
I don't
Armel
think
is
he minds
kicking
feeding
creeps
a bear.
away.
He's just trying to drag heroes away from their base.
Yeah.
But now their throne's exposed. This throne is going to melt. BKB Drow can just force the issue.
Oh, and Natsumi, good blink back. That was super close. But Natsumi,
Yep.
eyes on the prize, hitting the ancient, wants to take it down. Now the snowball afterwards.
Go
But
in.
the disruption, Armel, they want to go all in. The glyph is down. Do they have enough left to kick? But it's not on the real Drow. And now the snowball, the eyes are there. They're going to be able to take them down one by one. And with that, Polaris are going to take game number 2, 73 minutes. I literally cannot believe they're able to win that game.
Well-deserved victory, considering how well they played. Like, you know, things were looking a bit desperate for them early on, but they just held strong. They knew they could defend the high ground. We see them there on the player cam. These look like they look tired, but they look focused. There's no celebrations. They know they've got a game 3 coming up, and whether you win in 74 minutes or you win in 30-minute stomps, it doesn't matter. What matters now is they figure out how they're going to take on game 3.
Exactly. I'm a little bit dumbstruck by how they're able to make it all work, but it really, like, I think that there's a story here about this team and losing game 1 and like pulling themselves together and then pulling it back for game number 2. And I think it's really important to remember like how important this series is for their chances to go to a major. That's what this entire team was built for. They want to play on the international stage. They've been denied a bunch before. We'll see if they can make it happen and pull it together for game number 3. But Fnatic also, you know, they're in the hunt for all this as well. We'll see if they can solve the problems and maybe, I don't know if I can handle another lone tree. We'll see. Back in just a few after the break.